Hello, I'm Stephanie Sanders, Supervisor for Professional Learning here in the Cobb County School District. I am pleased that you could join us today for our virtual Teacher Leader Academy graduation. Teacher Leader Academy is a year-long professional learning experience for K-12 teachers. The purpose of the Academy is to build teacher leadership skills, K-12 content area expertise, innovative instructional practices, and effective professional learning design to impact student learning and achievement. And that is definitely the case with this year's cohort of teacher leaders. Today, you'll hear from Dr. Felicia Angel, who will provide a welcome to our graduates and our incoming class of teacher leaders. You'll also hear from Tracy Doe, who will provide an overview of Teacher Leader Academy, followed by our Chief Academic Officer, Jennifer Lawson, who will provide an inspirational message to the class of 2019-2020. Following Jennifer Lawson, we will present the content area cohorts for 2019-2020 teacher leaders. And hold on, Kelly Metcalf will follow and bring the charge to the incoming class of 2020-2021 teacher leaders. It is our hope that this is a memorable experience that honors and recognizes the hard work and dedication of our outgoing class, as well as celebrates and welcomes the incoming class.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the 2020 Teacher Leader Virtual Graduation. We would be remiss if we did not take time out to recognize the amazing 2019-2020 graduates. Maybe it's not a face-to-face, but in any case, you are receiving the affirmation you deserve. My name is Felicia Angel, and I am the Director of Instruction and Innovative Practice for Cobb County School District. I have the privilege to work alongside the dynamic supervisors who facilitated your Teacher Leader Academy this year. Our academy would not be a success without their expertise and leadership. For those of you just joining us on your teacher leader journey, we welcome you. You will have the opportunity to view many noteworthy legacy projects this afternoon. At this time, I would like to congratulate our current teacher leaders for their dedication and resilience to further develop their teacher voice, leadership skills, and service to our schools. On a last note, a call to action for our graduates today. I challenge you to make a promise to yourself to inspire, instruct, and positively influence instructional practices at your school. Now, I have the pleasure to introduce Dr. Tracy Doe, Assistant Superintendent of Support and Specialized Services for Cobb County School District.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Teacher Leader Academy virtual graduation. We've gotten really, really good at doing things virtually at this time in our lives. Little did you know when you started this journey that you would end your journey of Teacher Leader Academy, sheltering in place in the middle of a national pandemic and learning to teach and do just about everything virtually. We're glad you're here today. I'm Tracy Doe, one of the assistant superintendents here in Cobb. And it's my job today to welcome you to the graduation for the Teacher Leader Academy. We're very excited about it. And I want to be sure that I share with you how important it is for me to be able to say to you, leadership has nothing to do with a job title, a place on an organizational chart, a contract. Leadership has to do with what's in your heart, who you are as a person and certainly as an educator. Every one of you here today started this journey because you have a desire to change the world of education for the students that we serve here in the Cobb County School District, and even more than that, in the world. And you have it in your heart that you can lead other adults to do the same, to have that same determination, that same passion. So I like to talk about leading from where you are. And that's what you have become a pro at, is leading from where you are. If you reflect on this year, probably even more so during the time since March where we have worked virtually and offered children opportunities virtually, I bet you've been a leader in so many ways. Your coworkers, your teammates have depended on you to lead them, to lead students, to keep us all moving in the right direction, even in a very unfamiliar setting of doing everything virtually. So today is no different. This is the first time we've done this virtually, but we certainly would not miss the opportunity to be able to say to you, we are proud of you, we value you, you are such an important part of our school district, and we thank you for having the courage to step out and lead from where you are. It is now my great honor to introduce to you our Chief Academic Officer of the Cobb County School District, Jennifer Lawson.
Greetings, Teacher Leader Academy graduates. I am Jennifer Lawson, and I currently serve as the Chief Academic Officer for the Cobb County School District. It is an honor to spend just a few minutes with you today as we reflect on what Teacher Leader Academy has become and what your contributions have made it. I would be remiss if I didn't take just a second to thank the most amazing district leadership, Ms. Kelly Metcalf, Assistant Superintendent of Teaching and Learning, and all of her supervisors that have been part of the Teacher Leader experience, as well as Dr. Tracy Doe, Assistant Superintendent of Support and Specialized Services, and her team who has made it possible. It is the vision and the dedication and the passion of those individuals who have partnered with you and continue year after year to fight for every single student, that they grow to have a choice-filled life because of the investment we have made in them. And for that, I am thankful. You know, several years ago when we started thinking about what Teacher Leader Academy could and should be, it represented a shift in our thinking. Education has historically looked at leadership as administrative. It required that our very best thought to leave the classroom and take an assistant principal or a district leadership role. And while those are valuable positions, it became very evident that the true impact in leadership lies within the four walls of the classroom. They are leaders just like you who have the ability to influence and lead change and to support our students in ways that many of the rest of us don't. Leadership isn't about a position, and it's not about a title. It's about inspiration and influence. And that's what you do every single day by virtue of the recommendations you had in being here and by watching what you have accomplished over the course of the last year. Teacher leadership refers to a portfolio of skills that demonstrates how teachers can stay with students every single day, but yet their influence is far beyond the four classroom walls. Your ability to inspire and positively influence others means that you are informed. It means that you're persuasive, that you are unwavering in your passion for learning and children, and that you're courageous when confronted with challenges. I know you are these and so much more, but maybe most importantly, I hope you know that those are the skills and the qualities that make you the heartbeat of our schools and our communities. You know, as I think about us closing out the school year and heading into the summer, I know that families, very much like my own, will start to soon think about what does the fall look like. And whether we are back in a traditional classroom setting or whether we are in some hybrid of a virtual, it doesn't matter. Who they'll be thinking about won't be the principal, won't be the assistant principal. It certainly won't be the chief academic officer. Who they will be thinking about will be their teacher. They will want to know who you are. They will want to know what you believe. and they will want to know that you will care for and inspire their child. You are what matters in education. And as we get ready to head into the summer, I want to charge you as we look toward next year to remember that every child can learn, and every child has a place in our schools. We just need to make sure that we're paying attention to every child. I encourage you to stay true to yourself and the very values that brought you to this noble profession and to Teacher Leader Academy. You have a genuine spirit for caring for others by making a difference in the life of a child. For that, I am grateful, and I look forward to seeing all the wonderful things that you've yet to accomplish and ways in which you will help us reimagine education and better serve every single student in the Cobb County School District. I wish you and your family well, and thank you for your dedication, your partnership, and allowing us to be part of this journey.
At this time, we are pleased to acknowledge and honor our 2019-2020 teacher leaders within their respective content areas.
Hello, Teacher Leader Academy 2020. Today, the TLA CTAE cohort would like to present our legacy project, CTAE Culinary Camp. Now let's introduce the TLA 2020 CTAE cohort. On the left is Janice Gatewood from Autry Middle School. Janice teaches business and marketing. On the right is Margot King from East Cobb Middle School. Margot teaches Project Lead the Way and engineering. And then the middle is me, Shannon Shaw from Sprayberry High School. I oversee marketing and the work-based learning programs. To begin, let's explore, what is CTAE? CTAE stands for Career Tech Agriculture Education. When deciding what our legacy project would be, we wanted to bring awareness, appreciation, and value of what CTAE has to offer. What better way to meet our goals than with a fun, informative, engaging CTAE camp? In the planning stages of the event, we had to choose and secure a camp location site, secure instructors, determine supplies needed, and establish ongoing communication with parents and other stakeholders. Next were the media efforts. In December 2019, 5th grade students from the Wheeler High School feeder pattern were invited to register for the CTAE Culinary Camp on February 8, 2020. Many media components were created for the event, which included posters in the feeder schools, in-person event promotion, creating and posting invitations on social media platforms, managing online participant registration, follow-up with registrants and parents, and finally, student design camp logos. Throughout this presentation, you will see examples of the logos that were created by CTAE students and used in our media efforts. Finally, the first Cobb CTAE Culinary Camp took place at Wheeler High School on February 8, 2020. The camp was led by Wheeler culinary instructors Chef Tierra Aguilan and Chef Anna Peebles. 15 fifth graders from feeder elementary schools attended the camp. This also lended us the opportunity to have a parent session to discuss CTAE programs provided throughout our school district. Shortly, you will get a peek of what everyone experienced on February 8th from the CTAE Culinary Camp. Before the video, we would like to make sure we thank all who supported us in this endeavor. In appreciation of support, thank you to the following people who supported this project and helped to make it such a success. Chef Tierra Aguilan, Wheeler High School. Chef Anna Peebles, Wheeler High School. Paul Gillahan, Principal at Wheeler High School. Jacquelina Brown, CTAE Supervisor. Dr. Saf Espinosa, CTAE Program Coordinator. Dr. Alvin DeCure, CTAE Program Coordinator. Sarah Griffin, Principal at Sprayberry High School. Jeffrey Crawford, Principal at Autry Middle School. Lee Tonia Young, Principal at East Cobb Middle School, and Carrie OMB, CTAE Grant Technician. We would also like to give a special thanks to the 6th grade students at East Cobb Middle School for designing the camp logos that were used on the aprons given out to the participants, as well as Archie Middle School FBLA members for assisting in running the camp.
Hi, I'm Kawana Alderson, a 2nd grade teacher at Eastside Elementary. Did you know the foundation for future learning, health, and behavior is built from birth to age 5?
Hi everyone, I'm Mary Romanowski, a kindergarten teacher at Powder Springs Elementary. The most rapid period of development in human life happens from birth to age 8. This is a data point that influences every decision an early learning advocate makes.
We are 2 of 11 inaugural members who represent the 2019 Cobb Teacher Leader Academy Early Learning Cohort under the leadership of Dr. Ashley Kennedy. As early learning advocates, one of our goals is to focus on meeting the developmental, physical, emotional, and academic needs of early learners. This includes children from ages birth to age 8. We are devoted to promoting Cobb readiness for future and current Cobb County students.
As early learning advocates, we also spend a great deal of our time inspiring K-2 teachers by providing current research regarding early learners. This sparked the creation of our legacy project, Learn, Speak, Engage Toolkits. Collectively, we work to create a series of toolkits that meet the academic needs of early learners in kindergarten through 2nd grade, while also providing opportunities for creative and artistic expression through play.
Our goal was to empower teachers with materials and activities so that early learners could explore, play, and learn. Each toolkit promotes student engagement and the following school readiness indicators: physical, social, emotional, cognitive, language, and literacy development.
A small pilot period allowed us to gain some initial information about our process. Learn, Speak, Engage Toolkits empower teachers from all regions of the district to facilitate hands-on, engaging, play-based learning activities throughout the day.
This experience and our legacy project has allowed us to make a positive impact on early learners and teachers throughout our district.
We look forward to continuing our work with the next amazing group of teacher leaders in the early learning cohort.
To the entering early learning advocates,
we welcome you and can't wait for you to join us on this journey to empower and inspire the Cobb County School District early learning community.
Hi TLA graduates and new TLA leaders. My name is Emmanuel Toralba, and I am a third grade teacher at Baker Elementary. Now, before I go ahead and share my legacy project with you all, I would like to give a big shout out to the ELA team and to the ELA leaders. Liz, Martha, and Jan are an amazing team. These ladies exemplify what Cobb is all about, which is working collaboratively as one team to reach one goal, and we all know that goal is student success. Now, TLA graduates, we made it. We have reached another milestone. We didn't finish the way we wanted to, but we need to celebrate this professional development goal that we have reached. New TLA leaders, please know that your academic leaders are going to be there on every step of the way. Feel free to reach out to them with any questions or concerns that you may have in order to make your legacy project a success. The project is called Let's Read This Saturday, and it basically promotes the love for reading and differentiates between the myth of learning to read versus reading to learn. And as teachers, we need to remember to simultaneously teach our students not only phonemic awareness and decoding strategies, but also comprehension strategies as soon as the students are able to decode words and read any given text. Many students start losing interest in reading, and that's why I started the Let's Read This Saturday. This event encourages students to read more by reenacting stories, reading it loud, and promoting collaboration amongst parents, teachers, and the community and public libraries. So for the past 2 years, I've reached out to the public library to host this reading event, where students and parents come out to learn about the different programs offered. Students also listen to read alouds and get to check out books using their own library card. This year, I decided to not only invite my students, but all third grade students at Baker and Big Shanty. Unfortunately, the event had to be postponed, but the love for reading will not be stopped. Next year, I'll be teaching at Hollydale Elementary, and my goal is to have Milford, Burney, and LaBelle Elementary participate in this community event. So if you're at one of these schools, please reach out to me so together we can go ahead and continue promoting the love for reading. Thank you for watching.
The 2020 Health and Physical Education Teacher Leader Academy graduates would like to share the legacy project of Judy Young. Campbell's Women's Athletic Club, in which Judy is the charter sponsor, was formed to unite female athletes and the Campbell High School community for a greater purpose. QUAC, as they call it, aspires to create unity among female athletic groups at Campbell High School to serve the community, promote health and wellness, and enable women empowerment, and to further develop female athletes as leaders. The Women Athletics Club supports the female athletic program at Campbell High School while serving the needs voiced by women athletes on various teams. The organization aims to build the character of Campbell female athletes and allow for collaboration among women's sports within the athletic system. The Campbell Women's Athletic Club hopes to create a template to launch a women's athletic club at other Cobb County high schools by the year 2021.
I'm Susan Buckard. I'm representing the Library Media Department. First, I just want to say that this has been such an invaluable experience for me. I have learned so much from Holly Freelow, our fearless leader, and from all of the incredible women in my cohort. We media specialists are often the only ones working in our schools, and so this opportunity to come together to collaborate has just been especially awesome. This concept of connecting with others was really at the heart of my legacy project. I knew I wanted to develop a program that would invite students into their high school library to give them a stronger sense of community and belonging there. And so I developed the McEachern Library Ambassador Program. Our mission is to engage student leaders in promoting library programs, resources, and services. So those students who have a real passion for reading and learning can serve as a link between our school library and our school community. Our first year was an amazing success. We had over 30 students across all grade levels participate. They assisted with things like day-to-day operations. They created a haunted library for our homecoming trunk or treat event. They helped design monthly book displays, and they even helped renovate our makerspace. Now, when students come in and they see their peers volunteering, they often ask, "Can I work here too?" And I know we've created something pretty special. When trying to determine what my legacy project would be, I kept coming back to Dr. Qualia's advice. He told us to design a project that was authentic to us, one that sprung from something we were passionate about. I'm passionate about community, about giving students a place where they feel that they truly belong, and we did that. I am so excited for the success of our inaugural year. I look forward to working with other media specialists across the district as they develop their own library ambassador programs. And I just really can't wait to see what the program will mean for McEachern High School in the years to come. So thank you, Teacher Leader Academy, for the inspiration, and thanks for letting me share.
Hello, all you cool cats and kittens. I'm Amber Harrell from Mableton Elementary. I am here to present on behalf of the 2019-2020 math cohort. I've been given 1 to 2 minutes to present an abundance of information. Seems easy, right? Well, I've spent 2 days recording and re-recording, so here it goes. This year, we had teacher leaders from all over the county create some amazing legacy projects that you will find useful for your own classroom. Developing number talks with PowerPoints, word problem of the day with videos, 7th grade strategy guides, Girls Who Rock Math Club, and airspace connections in education. My legacy project was movement-based learning in math. Movement-based learning is an initiative to get students excited about math. Students would use their bodies along with their minds to practice and acquire new skills. Every week, students would get to build stuff, run, jump, make a mess. Activities include visual, auditorial, and kinesthetic elements that are aligned with the state standards. I witnessed students working in teams and encouraging each other and helping one another to achieve the same goal. When students entered my lab and saw we were doing movement-based learning, they were so excited. I became hungry to make each lesson a movement-based learning lesson, the best that I could. Resources and materials are easy to come by. I'd rank it a 1 out of 5 $ on how inexpensive it is to get this up and going in your classroom. I had most of what was needed to create stations and games. If I didn't, Dollar Tree did. Oh, and Crazy 8 provides their own material. So I am going to leave you with this. Why apply for TLA? Maybe it's because you get a free t-shirt or free manipulatives, or it looks good on your resume. Honestly, this is the best decision I've ever made. I wish I could be a part of the Academy every year. Teacher Leader has given me a voice to use in my school to inspire others to take risks and to renew their passion for teaching. As I continue down the path of becoming a leader in my building, the collaboration, reflection, and knowledge that I gained during Teacher Leader will help me on my journey. I want to say thank you and congratulations to all for all your hard work. Yay! We did it!
Hi, I'm Holly Bird, and I'm part of the CTLA 2019-2020 cohort. I worked alongside Patrick Irwin, Stephen Fields, Trisha Hardy, Jeff Harper, Carla Henry, Brian Nichols, David Roth, Chad Smith, and Michael Tompkins for our legacy project. In the field of education, mentors are incredibly important. We lean on our mentors regularly for a multitude of reasons. The most valued mentors are those who embrace effective mentoring qualities and seek to understand and relay strategies to help the mentee manage stress. We, as the Fine Arts TLA group, chose to create a mentor calendar as a guide to help mentors and mentees create a successful, supportive first year of teaching. In Cobb County, new teachers are assigned a mentor to help guide them through their first year as a music teacher. We felt it was necessary to take the mentor requirements to the next level and create a monthly checklist of tasks, due dates, and helpful suggestions to help mentors keep their assigned mentee on track. The first year can be overwhelmingly stressful, and we have worked to develop a detailed guide to encourage positive reinforcement. We hope this project will assist teachers in strengthening their teaching abilities and help them to develop their support system with their mentor and other veteran teachers in the county.
Hi, my name is Paula Thomas Lee, and I am the music teacher at Cheatham Hill Elementary School. And what I wanted to do, I wanted to share a little bit about my legacy project with you. I was interested in creating a resource for new music teachers that focused on special learners in the elementary music classroom. So what I wanted to do was to walk through a little bit of that with you today and share with you what I did. So I've got several tabs over here on the left side, and the way that this resource is organized is I've organized it by different types of disorders or diagnoses that we might see come into the music room. For example, ADHD, autism, emotional and behavioral disorders, English language learners, gifted and talented children, hearing disabilities, intellectual disabilities, physical disabilities, and visual disabilities. So you can see over here on the side, I've got a tab for each one of those types of kiddos coming into the music room. With each one of these tabs, there is a real broad overview of that particular type of diagnosis or type of learner, what it might look like as far as demographics, etc. Under that, there are characteristics and symptoms, what that child may look like in the general classroom as well as the music classroom. Then follow up with that, I move into strategies for the music classroom, how we can work effectively with this child in the music classroom, some different ideas, different things we might use. Finally, there is a resource potpourri section in each one of these tabs that gives more detail about this particular child. So for example, went through and found some websites about autism. This particular tab's on the autism spectrum disorder, websites about ASD, teaching strategy videos for working with the ASD child. And then to focus it even more, I found websites and training videos in regards to working with the ASD child in the music classroom, preferably the elementary music classroom. Then I went through and found a variety of different TED Talks about ASD. It could be about ASD itself or by individuals who are living with ASD and how they work with that. And then finally, if there were YouTubers or YouTube channels that focused on autism, I tried to highlight them here as well. Finally, at the bottom, there's a shopping list. This might be a variety of different types of resources that a teacher might want to have in the music classroom. So for the ASD child, it might be good to have some ear protection headphones or a weighted vest for a child. Other types of fidget toys or other sensory items that might be helpful to help that kiddo be successful. So those are also under the shopping list within each thing. So my goal hopefully is to help new music teachers be more successful. We do teach every child that comes into the building, and so it's really important for them to be able to have a variety or working knowledge of how to make these kiddos successful regardless of where they come from. And that was my goal with this legacy project. Thank you so much and have a great day.
This year, Griffin Middle School held their first annual 6th grade science fair. The process included all academic content areas along with connection classes. Students used a composition notebook to record their data as well as serve as a single source to hold all of their graphic organizers. They were also encouraged to start recording their findings in Office 365 as they completed them. This made the final write-up easier to complete as well as allow ELA teachers to assist more consistently. Students earned grades in each content area that helped keep them accountable. Science supported students with checkpoints throughout the process. It was very important that student work was equally represented. Therefore, classroom competitions were held first. Students were required to judge at least 4 projects. The faculty was invited to come by and judge as well. The rubrics were tallied and the top 2 winners from each class was chosen. Those students were entered in the school-wide science fair. At this point, the entire community was involved. Volunteers throughout our Griffin community came out to judge and support the students. Over the 2-day process, over 20 volunteers came out to judge. Students had a priceless experience. For many, this was the first time they had completed a project of this magnitude. Having all academic content areas participate was integral in the success of the fair. After seeing the positive impact the fair had on our students, we have created a committee composed of 1 teacher from each content area to work on the fair schedule as well as fine-tuning the graphic organizers. We are excited to see how the fair grows each year.
How's everybody doing? My name is Dr. Wiley Tiwo, and I'm representing Pebblebrook High School. What I plan on doing today is telling you a little bit more about both TLA and also my legacy project that I completed during my time with TLA. So, my legacy project really focuses on increasing numbers of Black and Latino males in gifted education. If you look at this more closely, 5 to 7% of the general population in education is gifted. So our school of about 2,600 kids, we should have roughly 130 to 182 gifted students. Our school is roughly 70% composed of underrepresented populations. In other words, we have them, we just got to find a way to get them there. One of the main things that I really focus in on as far as the BLMMI initiative, as far as that's also known as Black and Latino Male Mentorship Initiative, is to focus in on the mission to increase young Black and brown male involvement in advanced content coursework through cultural awareness, self-identity, empowerment, and knowledge through academic and mental support from Black and brown male faculty. So what we're going to plan on doing here is getting them jiu-jitsu training once a month, student versus staff, maybe semester basketball games, college tours on breaks, help with college preparation process and applications, community networking, life skill mentoring. We're going to do some yoga. Also, we're going to really help them as far as the tutoring. We're going to be able to help tutor them through these advanced content courses so they feel more empowered and also they feel more confident. So right now, the program has been implemented through the MLB, the Men of the Brook, already also known as the Awakening Program, where we're going to start bridging the gap of this. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is TLA. So what has TLA taught me? It's really taught me that your voice can be heard in other means outside of just being in administration. We as teachers have a very strong voice. We implement change every day in our classrooms. And the one thing I think you will definitely gain by TLA is understanding how important our voice is. Make sure you have an idea that you cannot fix the whole world with this one legacy project. You think about that one student, you fix that one student, it becomes 2, then it becomes 3, then it becomes 4. And then that's how we enact social change. So, welcome and good luck to everybody. Thanks a lot. Hope this helps out.
Hello, my name is Dr. Rukia Isoke. I am honored that I was selected to present my legacy project. The future of education is changing. We have witnessed this considering our most recent health pandemic of COVID-19. Virtual College Days is a great legacy project to usher in new learning for our evolving world. Yearly, Cobb County School District HOPE program hosts a few universities that are deaf and hard of hearing friendly. These universities offer specialized support services for deaf and hard of hearing scholars to support them throughout their post-secondary education. College information sessions are scheduled across high schools here in Cobb County. This takes approximately 2.5 days. During one of my brainstorming weekly activities, I began to think, what if? What if Cobb County School District and visiting universities and technical schools had compatible technology that could support a live, virtual, interactive college day? What if we could have concurrent college days? What if this type of program could be expanded beyond the deaf and hard of hearing scholars to all of our high schools, students throughout Cobb County School District? What if we can expand this platform to other learning experiences for students, such as virtual career days? Yes, all of this is possible. It requires careful planning, project management, and collaboration. Just like that, my what ifs birthed my legacy project, and so can yours. We can make a change that is helpful and impactful. Teacher Leader Academy is definitely a platform in which you can make a change in education for generations to come. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Angie Wood and I'm a teacher at Kennesaw Mountain High School, and I wanted to share with you a little bit about the FTW drone team competition that we host every year at our school. We transform our gym each year into this enormous competition field in which teams from all over the state of Georgia, both middle and high school, come to compete in a variety of activities. There's a race through obstacle course where they fly through hoops and under banners in the fastest amount of time as they possibly can. There's an engineering design piece of it where they design a package delivery system in advance and then come and transport tiny packages from one table to the next table using their engineering design. There's also a VR piece of it where they can use a virtual reality headset and they can fly the drones to the top of towers and read letters and decipher a code and as a team and work together. It's an exciting amount of amazing teamwork that these kids get to do, and they are so excited to fly their drones all over our gym. And we have so much fun hosting it. So I hope you enjoy some of the pictures that you're seeing, and thanks so much. It was fun to share.
Hello, my name is Ashley Thompson and I teach at Big Shanty Intermediate. My legacy project focused on using art to positively impact school culture. I wanted my students to identify their impact on their community and their culture and be more reflective participants in it. I wanted them to understand that what they do can affect those around them, and if they do it positively, it can positively affect those others. For my project, the legacy is a memory and not an artifact. I believe that memories can be better recalled and relived for that positive moment again and again and again. Okay. So for third grade, we created cheering trees. We worked collaboratively. Students identified that art is meant to be shared and not hidden. So for these, students created them and then hand-delivered them to every staff member in the school to bring a little bit of cheer. Fourth grade created Guatemalan worry dolls. The legend is that children told these dolls their worries and troubles, put them under their pillow, and in the morning they were gifted with the strength and wisdom to solve their problems. Students created these for someone other than themselves that they felt would benefit from the worry doll. If they couldn't think of someone in their life that would benefit, then we donated a bunch of them to the counselors who identified students in the school that had the need for them. Finally, fifth grade, this project occurred closer to the holidays. So we created drawings of animals, filled them with Zentangles, and we discussed that other students were less fortunate than them. And the best 30 drawings I scanned and copied and bound into coloring books, and we delivered 35 coloring books to the oncology unit at Scottish Rite. And my students were really empowered by this. They all wanted to be picked so that they could share their artwork with someone else. This is my legacy project. Thank you for your time. I hope you enjoyed it.
guys, I'm Erin Irwin. I am a Spanish teacher out at Hillgrove High School, and it has been so awesome to be a part of the World Languages cohort here at TLA this past year. I just want to give you a little bit of insight onto my legacy project. So my students and I wrote a book and wrote a grant, and with the grant money we were able to get the book published. This is our book from this year. We had 700 copies of this book printed, and once they were printed, we were able to take them out into the Cobb County School District community and give copies to the Spanish-speaking students in our community. I took a group of Hillgrove students to Mableton Elementary School and read to students there, and then also a group to Dowell Elementary School, and we read to students there. We did create a website. It's www.unlibroparanosotros.weebly.com if you want more information about how we did this project. If I had to give you some advice for this upcoming year, I would just say to set a goal, take on that project that always seemed out of reach or just impossible, or take one aspect of teaching that you wish you could change and make better, and just set that goal and just reach for it and see how far you can go this year. I wish you the best of luck in the upcoming year of TLA, and we will talk to you later.
What an impressive and dedicated group of teacher leaders. We have no doubt that your efforts will make a tremendous impact on the students here in Cobb County. Now, Kelly Metcalf, Assistant Superintendent of Teaching and Learning, will provide a charge to the incoming class of 2020-2021 teacher leaders.
I am honored to be with you today to this graduation ceremony in a different experience than we've ever had. Who would have ever dreamed that we would be in a virtual graduation ceremony? Certainly not I, enjoying this from the confines of our own homes, but here we are. And we wanted to celebrate you, so I'm so glad you could join us today for our Cobb Teacher Leader Academy graduation ceremony. I want us to think about this pandemic and all the obstacles and the challenges that we have faced when we were told basically on March 12th or 13th that we were going out for 2 weeks and that we would be back. But as this pandemic grew, we realized that that wouldn't happen. And so there have been many challenges, many obstacles, not only professionally, but for some of us personally. And how did we overcome those? So the Chinese symbol for crisis is made up of two symbols. One means danger and one means opportunity. And so I think that's a very interesting way to look at this pandemic and to really focus on the opportunity that we have been given as a result of the closure of school for the last basically 9 weeks, and what that's done to our teaching and learning, and how we can perhaps reimagine that. As a result of what we've been through, I want you to reflect upon, how did your beliefs change? Maybe they didn't. Maybe they were reinforced and strengthened. But how did they change? Maybe that is giving you time to pause and think that something may need to change in your classroom. How have you been supporting your colleagues throughout this event? You have been through the Teacher Leader Academy, but I would argue you were also a teacher leader before you ever came into this organized group, because that's why you were chosen to be a part of it. But how have you been leading in this time of crisis is something to reflect upon as we move into these summer months and gear up for the fall as well. Thomas Friedman, in an op-ed piece for the New York Times, wrote this: "With people feeling frightened and uncertain in this pandemic, leadership doesn't just matter more, it matters exponentially more. We have never had a simultaneous global leadership stress test like this one that is testing leaders from the schoolhouse to the White House, from corporate suites to city halls." And I think that's so true when you think about never in our lifetime anyway, and in such a way through social media and the news, how we communicate these days, have we ever had such a stress test that everyone is having to deal with this and figure these things out. Again, your leadership, because you have been through this program, is going to enable you to lead from a different level than perhaps you ever had before. And you are going to be needed. We can't do it alone. District leadership, school leadership, we need teacher leaders who are in there with the teachers every day. And you are going to be instrumental as we move forward through this different kind of teaching and learning environment, the school environment, more than we ever have in the past. When we come back in the fall, and whatever that may look like, you are going to be critical to what happens in the school building, in the classroom, in your CCC meetings. As a result of what you have learned from the Teacher Leader Academy, you're going to be very well prepared to assist and help your colleagues. And by doing that, you're going to make the experience of coming back to school, and could be a different format than perhaps we've ever experienced before. Even if we are back face to face, we're still going to have teachers and students who are very much traumatized perhaps by this experience that we've had, who are uncertain in teaching in this new environment and coming back after so long. So you're going to be critical to coming back to a smooth opening of the school year. In my reading, I found a quote I think that speaks to kind of our current experience that we're in. When you press the pause button on a computer, it stops. But when you press the pause button on a human being, they start to rethink and to reimagine. Is this such a moment for you? I would challenge you to really think about our experience that we've been through these last 9 weeks. And what have you had to rethink and reimagine? And what is that going to change for you when we come back in the fall? Again, congratulations to our graduates of the Cobb Teacher Leader Academy. You should be proud. I know I am. To our newest members, welcome. I look forward to working with you next year. I want you all to remember that Chinese symbol for crisis, that through this danger, we also have opportunity to reimagine, rethink what teaching and learning and what the classroom, the school building will look like. Congratulations.
It is our hope that this has been a memorable experience for everyone, especially for our 2019-2020 Teacher Leader graduates. We appreciate all of the work that you have given throughout this school year. And we hope that it has been memorable for the incoming class of 2020-2021. We look forward to working with you and seeing the great impact that you'll have on students here in Cobb County.
Sicut locutus est ad patres nostrum, sicut Abraham vetus est ad patris secus, sicut locutus est ad patris secus.